glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for pushing this truth. This is Jaquab, son of Sid Jr., son of Sid Sr. And I want to say Shalom to Yashala. The second book of Samuel, chapter 2, verse 26. Salakia, and I myself and all of us, well, I'm not going to say all of us, but I don't know who's listening, but we should all read the books of Samuel, and the whole entire, eat the whole scroll. The second book of Samuel, chapter 2, verse 26. Oh man, let me do this. Salakia. I don't do this enough. Come on, man. You acting like you can't work. What's going on? Salakia. That's crazy. Oh, wait a minute, Salakia. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 26. Then Abner called to Joab and said, "Shall the sword devour forever? Knowest thou not that it will be bitterness in the latter end? How long shall it be then, ere thou bid the people return from following their brethren?" So we made a mistake by not following the prophets.
And some of them are sorry they are free now. Some of them now would rather be slaves.
Which would you rather be, Uncle Fountain?
Me? Which I'd rather be? You know what I'd rather do? If I thought, had an idea, that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a gun and just end it all right away.
See, our peoples never listened to the prophets. Some did, not enough. And we're in the same situation right now. And luckily, well, I'll say luckily for me, Salakia, and not just for me. Nah, this isn't what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. Salakia, my mind's all over the place because I got so many scriptures pulled. I don't wanna flip too many places. But the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 27. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Who is them? That's the elect men, women, and children that listen to the prophets. Okay, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Those are the prophets, because the prophets will be speaking the same doctrine. Okay. Okay, the prophets will be speaking the same doctrine because they was taught by Yahweh Shai. So there's not going to be a bunch of different teachers. And me personally, I haven't taught yet. I've only testified. Okay. I've only testified and call Halom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for the Elder Menazes by bringing it to his attention and everyone else's, to stop saying certain words. Like, I know we stumble and we fumble and we freestyle, but I don't need to say okay like everything's not okay or everything is okay. So the book of Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 27, my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, their power, and they shall be my people. Okay? See, I did it. Now, eventually, after Yahushua comes and redeems the elect, men, women, and children, whoever they may be, there will be one nation under God, officially. But until then, there's only the hopeful elect, hoping that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will come and redeem them from this captivity, from this condition. Everybody else is, hoping that everything works out and they can live the life for whatever they dreamed of. Verse 28, and the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Yasha'Allah. Yah, meaning he. Shah, meaning prince. Allah, meaning power. He is Prince of Power. And how we would translate it in today's term. When my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. Okay, so the sanctuary has been established in the midst of the heathen. But the day is coming that the heathen shall know that Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, has sanctified Yasha'Allah, the 12 tribes, who look like all nations because we've been scattered abroad and we're all across the world. I believe I'm a child of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'll just put it to you like that. And Lord willing, I'll be a part of the sanctuary that shall be in the midst of them forevermore. Okay, the first fruits of the sanctuary, the first pick, the first draft pick. Okay. Now, I want to play this. I don't know how well it's going to play, but I want you to hear this slave, one of the last living slaves. You can look it up on YouTube and you'll find his whole interview. I ain't gonna say story. His whole interview that I came across. I'll just put it like that. And then, Lord willing, I'll pull the scriptures that I wanted to pull relating to what he says during this interview. Lord, what in the world?
Now, you know how we served the Lord when I come along, a boy?
How was that?
We would go to somebody's house, and well, we didn't have no house like they got now, We had these what they call log cabins. And they have maybe one old colored man would be there, maybe he'd be as old as I am, and he'd be the preacher. Not as old as I am now, but he'd be the preacher, and they'd all sit down and listen to him talk about the Lord. Well, he'd say, I wonder, sometimes you say, I wonder if we'll ever be free. Well, some of them say, we're going to ask the Lord to free us.
Do you hear how our fathers felt? The book of Deuteronomy 29, chapter 11. Makes me want to go to 28. See why I even said that. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Okay, so we just heard our family member describe what our family was going through in the false church, crying, hoping, praying that we will be free. Okay, hoping, crying, praying that we will be free. The book of Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, still, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subjected to payments according to all iniquities of our fathers. So what are we paying? Why are we in this situation? We're paying for the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. And we're doing just like our fathers did. I mean, as a nation. As a nation, we're doing just like our fathers did. And where are we at now?
colored people is free, you ought to be awful thankful. And some of them are sorry they are free now. Some of them now would rather be slaves.
Which would you rather be, Uncle Fountain?
Me? Which I'd rather be? You know what I'd rather do? If I thought, had any idea, that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a gun and just end it all right away.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14. Salakia for the snare if it's too loud. I'm on freestyling with pretty much everything. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14. Is Yasha Allah, the Prince of Power, a servant? Is you crazy? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Okay? Why is he spoiled? Why are we robbed and spoiled? The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared. What is a snare? A trap. In holes. What is a hole? Something you can't get out of. And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth. None of these nations care. None of these our own people don't care. For none delivereth for a spoil, and none saith restore. Who's saying help the black people in America? Who's saying help these motherfuckers? Salakia for my language. I really don't want to be cussing all the time. I do it a lot when I'm on the street and I hit the record button. It's because I'm testifying. Just like you hear this right here.
Boy.
How was that?
You would go to somebody's house and well, we didn't have no houses like they got now, you know. We had these what they call log cabins. And you have maybe one old colored man would be there, maybe he'd be as old as I am, and he'd be the preacher. Not as old as I am now, but he'd be the preacher, and we'd all sit down and listen to him talk about the Lord. Well, he'd say, well, I wonder, sometimes you say, I wonder if we'll ever be free. Well, some of them say, well, we're going to ask the Lord to free us.
The book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. So who they listen to? They listen to anybody else. And last but not least, right now, the main one is these pastors in the Christian churches. Just like the brother our family was just talking about. When he was sitting in the church, listening to an old man, and they was all praying for the Lord to free us. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. So call on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Rakakodas, because obviously that brother doing that interview did not know he was a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that he was going through the curses. He was suffering from the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Definitely feel like bringing that out right now. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15, verse 68. So, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Salakia, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, and this is Moses speaking to the 12 tribes of Israel, to the men.
And some of them are sorry they are free now. Some of them now would rather be slaves.
Which would you rather be, Uncle Fountain?
Me? Which I'd rather be? You know what I'd rather do? If I thought, had any idea, that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take a gun and just end it all right away.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. So I can't read and think at the same time and type that in at the same time. The book of Deuteronomy, I try to do something slick, y'all. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall overcome thee, shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay, so it's a lot of curses. And the very, very last one, verse 68, from verse 15 through verse 68, is nothing but curses that only our people, our fathers, our mothers, and even us to this very day, you and your children, we suffer from. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold into your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay? So that's the prophecy fulfilled of the 12 tribes of Yasha'Allah, specifically the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and a couple scattered of the northern kingdom as well. And at the last part of that interview that I had sampled, I had thought, I was like, while I was playing, it said, some people still want to be slaves or something like that. And then I thought of in the wilderness the very last time that it was playing. That's why I was trying to type it in at the same time. In the wilderness, our family wanted to go back to Egypt because it was Egypt. We're in Egypt now, spiritual Egypt now. So the same way some of our people wanted to be in ancient Egypt and not deal with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's test, okay, before we got into, see, I said, okay, Salakia, I'll get it. Before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai tested us in the wilderness, before he gave us our homeland with palm trees. Golly, man, I love palm trees. And it's the same now. Some people, they want to stay in America. They don't want the kingdom. They don't even care to know what the kingdom is because they're too interested in what they can do in this kingdom. So Barak Yahweh Shai, call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for getting us the hell up out of here as a nation, even through death by fire, because this has to end. So Barak Yahweh Shai for getting us the hell up out of here, man, by any means necessary, Malcolm X style. Shalom, Akim, and Akwaf that are sincere. Shalom to the mothers, brothers, and sisters of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, whoever y'all may be, whoever we may be. Shalom.